Thank you for calling the cancellation department from the Norton. This is Brad speaking. A very good day to you.
Thank you for calling Amazon Customer Service. How may I help you today?
If you own a cell phone, you've probably received a call that sounds a lot like this.
Thanks for calling, Sipu. My name is Nick. How can I help you today?
And if you don't hang up right away, it can turn into this.
No problem, ma'am. Are you in front of your computer?
Yeah.
I can look on your computer and I'll let you know what's wrong is going on, okay?
This is Rosie. She's getting scammed right now. Well, kind of. She's doing it on purpose.
My name is Rosie Okumura. I'm a voice actor, musician, and scambaiter.
Dictionary.com defines scambaiting as the practice of pretending to fall for fraudulent online schemes in order to waste the time of perpetrators. Or simply,
Literally baiting a scammer to waste their time for as long as possible.
we'll get back to why Rosie does this in a bit. But first, what does the person on the other end of the phone actually want from you?
All they want you to do is send them one of two things, either personal information or money. So that's really what they're looking for. If they can convince you to send the money now, that's great. They've got you, right? They've got the money and they will just move on to the next victim. Or they get you to send personal information so that they can turn around and use that for some sort of other, again, fraud, like an identity theft or something.
That's Jason Zirkle. He is the training director for the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners, or ACFE. He's talking about fraudsters, or scammers, using current events to help build your trust in them so they can scam you more easily.
So all they have to do is tailor their hook to something that they think that the person might respond to. They might say, hey, like for phishing, click on this link if you want to learn about COVID cases in your area, or click on this link if you want to learn about the latest stimulus payment and how to get your money, or that kind of thing. So they're constantly updating what they do and how they lie to people, and it's all so convincing.
So how did Rosie get looped into this?
The reason I got into it was because my mom fell victim to a pop-up scam a couple of years ago where she's not good with computers. Sorry, Mom. She's not great with computers, and she got a pop-up on her computer saying that she had a virus and to call this number to remove it. And when they did that, they got access to her computer. Then they said, oh, for $4.99 for the whole year, we can just make sure that you'll never have any viruses ever again. Like, we helped you out today. But what they really did was they got into her computer and they gained access to her banking logins, passwords, documents with social security numbers. When that happened, she called. I was like, how was your day? She was like, oh, I just had like a bad computer day and another virus. Like, my computer was beeping, but I just paid for like a membership. And I was like, what did it say? And like, what did they tell you? She's like, well, it was really nice. He got into my computer with me and helped me find the virus. And I was like, Mom, no.
If anybody is good at keeping up with the times, it is fraudsters, even more so than law enforcement and prosecutors and government agencies. They know people's weaknesses and they know what is more likely to get someone to part with their money or their personal information.
So in the case of Rosie's mom, they had already charged her, but now it was Rosie's turn.
After that happened, I was like, Mom, can you please give me the number? I'm gonna call them and just, like, I was gonna call and like yell at them, but instead I was like, I'm just gonna mess with them and waste as much time as possible. And when I did that, I went on a Facebook live stream. So I called and I pretended to be just like a ditzy person.
It's just giving me like the worst vibes. Like, I tried to sage the computer because, it's just, I just need to do like a cleanse for it, and like the smoke was just really bad for it. I think it just didn't agree with the motherboard.
I was on the phone with this guy for an hour and a half and it was hilarious.
I use Bing. That's
Okay,
like the Beyonce of like search
engines.
engines.
Open a website, yeah.
My YouTube channel just started kind of blowing up. I originally just posted them on there because it was easier to share with friends and family. Did not expect to be where I am now. Hello, darling, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you to remember me, Mimo.
So the reason I use a lot of voice acting and music stuff when I do my scam baiting is because that's what I'm good at.
No, I don't like the Yankees. Can you choose something else that stands for Y, honey? It's gonna make me upset. Thank you.
I hope. So that's what I'm good at. Those are my strengths. I don't know too much about the tech side of scam baiting.
Rosie isn't the only scam baiter out there. There are many that live stream their interactions or go in depth and explain what they're doing. Combined, these scam baiters have billions of views on various platforms.
I think you would be hard pressed to actually find a prosecutor that's going to actually go and try to prosecute a scam baiter. You know, the question sometimes is what they're doing illegal? And you get into an area here where it's something that we refer to as gray hat hacking. You've got black hat hackers, which are the actual hackers that are out to steal information or whatever. And you have white hat hackers, right? And those are the good guys that are usually brought on board by a company to figure out where the company's vulnerabilities are. And they're the good guys that are, good guy hackers. And then the gray hat hackers are kind of somewhere in between. They may be breaking the law. It just really depends on the jurisdiction.
The more time I waste of theirs, they have less time to call someone who doesn't know better. So that's kind of the end game there, just wasting their time.
But does scam baiting actually do anything?
I think the long-term benefits of scam baiting and being a scam baiter, honestly, is just a preventative thing where, all of us are making these videos in our own way of what to look out for. Red flags, if it seems too good to be true. Everyone can be in a different headspace depending on, situation, desperation, mood, emotion, wherever you are in life. A lot of people are like, oh, you need to call the authorities and put these scammers in jail and put them away. And that's fine, that can happen, but the next day, there's just gonna be another call center. There's always gonna be, unfortunately, scumbag people out there who take advantage of people out of desperation, or maybe they're just bad people altogether. Everyone has their different reasons. We're all human at the end of the day. But when it comes to scam baiting, I think we all take a preventative approach of just educating people on what to look out for.
Just because Rosie does it doesn't mean that everyone should. The Federal Trade Commission suggests hanging up immediately if it's someone or a company you don't know. You can also block scammers' numbers, although they change numbers a lot, so it isn't a bulletproof tactic. The FTC also said you shouldn't trust your caller ID. Scammers can spoof their phone number to look like your area code, legitimate business, or government agency is calling you. Rosie has a bit of advice too.
If you didn't go looking for that help or support, it's probably not the actual company.
Scam calls these days are inevitable, and there's only so much you can do to avoid them. All we can do now is spread the word, and that's what Rosie and so many other scam baiters are doing. The more people that know about the scam, the less people will fall for it.